Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video of I Am Fish. Today I'm actually going to be making a tutorial for all the bread locations, and I'll show you some tips and tricks on how to get all the bread very quickly and efficiently. We're going to start out with the goldfish levels here. So goldfish 1, I'll show you where all the bread is. Location 1 is going to be right after you fall off this dresser over here. Now that we've fallen off the dresser, what you want to do is actually go right up behind this desk here with this net. And this is where location 1 is going to be. Alright, now location 2. But after you get onto this wire and drop down onto this roof right here, you have two paths you could take. Take the left or the right. Both paths are going to have a bread. We're going to focus on the right path right now. To take the right path, you just come over here to the right side of these plants. And then right here, it actually branches off again. You can take a left or a right. You take the right path, you'll end up getting your second bread. Once you make it past that area, you're going to come onto this wire here. After this wire, you're going to drop down to the second wire where your bread is going to be. And that is the location of bread 2. Now bread 3, you have to take the left path here. You go to the left of these and you fall onto this bed. You're going to hit this wire. Once you follow that wire all the way around, you'll end up here. Probably falling off if you're going too fast, but you'll end up here. Instead of falling off, because you can fall off here and survive because there's a flower plant down there. But instead of doing that, you want to take this clothesline because that bread is right there. That's where the bread is. You want to go slowly over here and just drop down onto that. And that's location number 3. Now back to the same roof area where we had the left and the right. You want to take the right path again, and then on your second crossroads here, you're going to take this left path. So right here where it branches off again, you want to go on this wire. By dropping off that roof, you'll end up here where these pallets are. Continue to follow this path all the way to the end of it. Your path will end up taking you here to this wire here, and you want to go around this. And you see the bread is right there. So bread location number 4, you drop onto the roof and roll onto here. And you get that one. Now bread location 5 is actually in the road, in the traffic. So you just want to get to the other side. Now once you're on the other side of the road, you're going to slowly creep your way back into the road. Little tip for this bread is that the cars will only spawn on one side of the road at a time. So right now they're spawning on this side. There's no more, so now they're going to be spawning on that side. But it's always a car and a car, so you have to wait for a line of cars, like this is happening, car, 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 car. And then, as you can tell, there's none close to me right now. So if you wait for a line of cars like that on the other side of the road, you can cross halfway. Right now we can't go, because there's going to be a couple cars coming on this side. There's only one car, so we still shouldn't go yet. Now there's 1, 2, and 3. So it's safe to go halfway across. Once you get about halfway, you just want to position yourself in the middle of the road so the cars do not touch you. Slowly grab this bread. And then wait for there to be no cars on this close side. And then yeet yourself back across. And that's all the bread locations in Goldfish 1. Now, since there are 3 different paths in Goldfish 1 to get the other breads, you will have to play Goldfish 1 3 different times to take all 3 paths for all the bread. And now for Goldfish 2. The first bread in Goldfish 2 is actually going to be in the attic. Once you get here with this ladder and stuff, the bread's just on the other side of this box. You grab that. Now bread number 2 is going to be right after you hit this trampoline and you fall into the pool. Once you're in the pool, instead of going straight for that pipe, you actually want to turn to your left and swim to the edge of the pool here. And that is where bread number 2 is. Bread number 3 is after you go through the pipe and you get into the sewer. You drop down, immediately go over to the right, and there's a bread right there under that pipe. So you just want to jump up and grab it. Bread number 4 is when you get into this mop bucket and Greg over here is cleaning his car. You want to slam into this wall and then you want to go behind the car there. Once you're behind this car, you can see the bread and you just swim right over to it to pick it up. Now bread number 5 on this level is going to be when you're running away from Greg in his bucket. The best way I like to do this, you go straight and then you go right. You take the first right, dodge as many rocks as you possibly can. And then on your path here, you're going to see that there's a left way to go where there's a bread. So you cut across this middle and grab this bread.
What are you?
And then you swim to the finish by escaping Greg. And that's all the locations of the bread in Goldfish 2.
Hey!
Alright, so right when you get into the level, the first bread is actually just to your right, towards the sun rays. Now, this bread is right after you get into the bowl with Scotty here. You want to, instead of going down the stairs, you want to come around the ledge here, and you can see the bread at the end of the walkway under the table. Is after you fall down these stairs from getting into this fishbowl, you go through this kitchen, through this door, and it's actually behind the door. That's bread number 2. Bread number 3 is right when you get into this jar. You actually want to go straight from this bench across the way towards this fountain. And if you look under that bench right there, you can actually see the bread. So you just want to go straight underneath this bench. Once you get to this little crossroad here, after going across this straight path and around those boxes, you have a choice of a left or a right. If you look over this box right here, you can see a bread. Fastest way to get to that is to take the right path. You're going to end up on this little bar here. You're going to go straight into the bread at the end of it. That right there is going to be all the bread in Goldfish 3.